First of all, only in the Bhakti period, between the 5th century AD to 9th century AD, everywhere in Tamil Nadu, we are seeing the Bhakti movement. What is the Bhakti literature and Bhakti movement? If people automatically may ask why the movement has started. Because at the time, before 5th century, the entire Tamil Nadu was ruled by Kalabras, they the people belonging to Karnataka, and they were having their ruling language as Sanskrit, and their spoken languages were Pali and Prakritam. And the most of the Jains and Buddhists, they do not concentrate any arts work like music and dance. So in Tamil Nadu, the language is lost its quality. The local language is Tamil, it lost its quality, and the local art, music and dance totally gone, and the practice of worshipping the god, that too also gone. So by way of restoring all these things, actually the scholars decided which is the best way to restore. Bhakti is the best way to restore. Through Bhakti, automatically we will restore language, music and dance. For that, the main purpose, the Bhakti movement started. Initially, the kings were against to that Saivit movement. Initially, the kings were against to the Saivit movement. Most of the kings were belonging to the school of Jainism. Most of the kings. At that time, the entire Tamil Nadu was ruled by two great empires. One is Pandya and another one is Pallava. Strongly following the Jainism initially. The Simha Vishnu, even the Mahendra Varma, beginning at the early stage, he was worshipping the Jain gods. Because of Navukarasar only, he converted into Saivism and he accepted the Saivism and started to develop it. Because he himself written a book, Matta Vilasa Pragarsanam, in a Sanskrit work. In that, he was criticizing the Saivit saints. Saints in his work, Matta Vilasa Pragarsanam. But later on, that same king becoming a Saivit king. The beauty of it, when he was a Jain king, his flag was lion. But when he converted into Saivism, he changed his flag as bull, Rishabha. So that much problem were there in the past. So Jnanasambat is the first and the foremost saint poet who traveled widely, north to south and east to west of South India, and he traveled a lot, and he went to every place and started to compose songs on every village or every city. Because of that only, people accepted the Saivism. Long back, the worship on Shiva was there, but because of Sambandhar's travel, he went to every place and mobilized all the people there in that place and started to compose songs of the local god and handed over the songs to those people, and these are all the songs for your god. You have to regularly chant this god. Along with Sambandhar, two great musicians also went. One is Madanga Chulamani, another one is Neelakanta Yalpanar. So they have to tune the songs and hand it over to the local people. So that is the way the Bhakti movement started. Because of that Bhakti movement, three things happened in the society. One, the new type of genres got into the literature stream. New type of genres. Padigam is one among the genre. Not only Padigam, Jnanasambandar, he himself introduced more than 20 to 30 varieties of genres in Tamil literature. So that is the best. If I are going to analyze the Tamil social history and as well as the Tamil literature history, These are all the best thing than the Bhakti movement. Because of his work, there were new type of or new genres entered into the field of literature. One. Number two, the music and dance restored in every temple. In every place, people started to accept the music of Tamils and dance of Tamils in every temple. Number three, we got a new type of literature. Especially Tamil Nadu during the Bhakti period, only from 5th century to 14th century. After the Bhakti period till 14th century, lot of literature have introduced in Tamil language. That is the beauty. Even the beauty is, the long back the Jains were talking about their philosophy, but during the Bhakti movement, all the Jain scholars started to write a lot of literature in Tamil also. Not one or two. What the literature we are having, 50% of the literature written by Jain scholars. And total grammar and its commentary given by the Jain scholars only. So these are all the details we got in Tamil. So first of all, what Gnanasambandar did. See, I do not want to talk about the people's miracles. That is not necessary also. Gnanasambandar at the age of 3 he started to sing. It is possible. I do not want to get into the miracle and that all. It is possible, I believe. So at the age of 3 and at the age of 16, he attained moksha. At the age of 16, he passed away. 16. So within 13 to 14 years, he did all the revolution in Tamil Nadu. That is the beauty. Because people are believing he is the son of Lord Shiva. Some of the poets still now writing, the Lord Shiva is having the third son, that is Gnanasambandar. So what is the beauty of Gnanasambandar? If you go and see a set of poems, it is called Padigam. Padigam means normally 10 poems consisted in one particular division is called Padigam. But Gnanasambandar used to write 11 poems in a row. That is called Padigam. If you go and verify every Padigam of Gnanasambandar, he is having his own unique way of writing. In 11 songs, first 7 songs, he used to appreciate the God and the place where he is worshipping. That is his beauty. Wherever he goes, he will start to appreciate the place beauty, the environment, the natural beauty of that place he used to appreciate. Then he will come to give the importance of the God there in that particular, wherever he goes. That is the quality of his writing. First 7 poems are like that. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, all these 4 poems are having a separate formation. Every 8th poem of in every Padigam, he used to appreciate Ravanan. He used to appreciate Ravanan. In the 9th song of every Padigam, he used to, when the Vishnu and Brahma were in search of the Lord Shiva's head and feet. So he will appreciating the Lord Shiva's greatness in the 9th poem. In the 10th poem, he usually blames all other religion. That was his quality. He was blaming all other religion, the Jains, Buddhists, Sankhya, all the Ajivagas. So he used to blame all other religion. And the 11th song, what he says, whoever the persons are going to read the above 10 songs, what are the benefit that person is going to get? So that is the 11th poem is known as Thiru Kadai Kapu. So Kadai means last, Kapu means how it is going to protect a person if the person is going to read or sing or chant these above songs. So these are all the method Gnanasambandar used to write all the Padigam, not 1 or 2. all the padigams. So far what we got in as Jnana Sambandhar's work in 3 volumes, want to go and read, you can find these details. Because why he is praising Ravana in the 8th song means, though Ravana was a demon, he was a strong devotee of Lord Shiva. What people are believing, even in Ramayana it says, every day Ravana used to go to Kailash and worship Lord Shiva and come back to Sri Lanka. That is his routine. So that much strong devotee the Ravana is. So what Jnanasambandar says, Lord Shiva, even a person is a demon, if that person is accepting him means if that person is accepting Lord Shiva, he will be given a peaceful life. So why? He automatically ask indirectly, even Ravana is getting that type of life. So if you are going to worship, automatically you will be also rescued. Even what he says in Tirunetru Padigam, Mandiram Avadu Neeru, in that song he says, Ravanan Meladu Neeru. See, the Ravanan also wearing the holy ash on his forehead. That much the quality that Tiruneeru, that Vibhuti, that holy ash is having. So please try to wear it. So automatically you can go and accept Lord Shiva. He is giving a message to everyone. Then why he is talking about the Adimudi Thedal, when that Brahma and as well as Narayana were in search of Lord Shiva's head and feet, what he wanted to say indirectly, even the Brahma or the Narayana were not able to find him, Lord Shiva. Such a great person Lord Shiva is. So if you are going to worship him, so you need not worship any other god other than Lord Shiva. So that is the importance he wanted to give in the 9th song. The 10th song is always blaming all other religion. In those days, Jains were there, Buddhists were there, Sankhya philosophers were there, and Ajivaga philosophers were there. So he is not at all accepting those philosophers. And he wanted to bridge the northern Rudra and southern Shiva together. That was his attitude. That was his aim and basic principle. In those days, northern Rudra were not accepted by southern people, because consent to Veda and other Samhitas says Rudra is not an acceptable god. Everyone was having the fear of him, and he is not a god like southern side. So he wanted to make a bridge between the north and south. So that was his reason. So he is going on insisting, don't accept other religion, don't think of other, and he was personally damaging every Jain monks, because Jain monks are Digambaras. They are not supposed to wear any dress, right, or cloth. So he is criticizing them. See them, how they are all walking nudely on the street. And Buddhist monks, they used to wear saffron dress. And he is criticizing that saffron dress also. So, because it is not at all digestible songs. If you go and read every Padigam, the 10th songs, will definitely think why this gentleman has written like this. Because even at the age of 16, from 3rd age to 16, within that 14 years, how that type of enmity he gained in his mind. How that type of enmity against other religion, how it developed in him, it's a wonder. So, and the 11th song is always giving a chance to the readers. If you are going to read the above 10 songs, you will be placed in Kailash. You will be having a very good life. You will not, you will be get rid of from all your sins. And you will be blessed with good knowledge, huge wealth, and so on. Every Padigam is having this type of, this is called Tirukadai Kappu. So these are all the style of Jnanasambandar. So whenever the people used to read Sambandar's Thevaram, they will have the Tirukadai Kappu, and they started to believe, if I am going to sing this Thevaram, automatically this type of benefit I will get. So this is the way how he started to spread the religion, the entire South India.
Sir, you said that he's between 3 to 16 years. I would guess he himself is mentioning it at different points of time. Where is the reference to his age actually? How do we know his age?
Because at the age of 16, he attained moksha. It is there in his work itself.
Adi please, sir.
Because after coming from Madurai, he came to Thirumananallur. There, his father wanted to have that marriage for him. There he went there. Then the entire people gone to the field of Kailash. He mentioned in that. So at the time his age was 16. Only by research only people are proving. It is not just like that.
That was my next question. So is there cross reference to this where someone else is also speaking from contemporary time?
Yeah, even contemporary scholars were there. For example, there are 7 Nayanmars were there along with Jnana Sambandar. Not 1 or 2, 7 Nayanmars.
And they refer?
So there's Jnana Sambandar he himself refer and other, because most of the Nayanmars have not sung any song. Very few Nayanmars only gave their contributions to the field of literature. For example, the 4 people, they are Jnana Sambandar, Navukarasar, 4 people. After that 11 saint poets.
Sorry sir, 12 ஒரே நிமிஷம் கொஞ்சம் நிறுத்தி கொஞ்சம் சொல்றேன். அத ரிப்பீட் பண்றீங்களா? அந்த 4 பேரும் 11 அங்கே கொஞ்சம்.
First 4 is 4 are Sambandar, Navukarasar. So there 4 people, these 4 people's works are known as Thevaram and Tiruvachagam.
So ஒரே நிமிஷம் கட் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. நான் வெளியில போயிட்டு உள்ள வந்துட்டேன். I'll just I'll come again.
There are 12 books in a row. 3 books written by Jnana Sambandar. 4th, 5th, 6th books written by Navukarasar. 7th book, the 8th book written by Manikavachagar. There are 8 books over. 9th book written by 9 different scholars, different saint poets. 10th book written by Tirumular. That book is known as Thirumandiram. And 11th book written by 12 scholars, 12 saint poets. And the 12th book is written by Circular. So Circular 1, 12 saints in the 11th volume, 12 plus 1, 13. Tirumular 1, 14. 14 plus 9, 23. 23 plus 4, 27. There are 27 saint poets only written all these 12 volumes. So, but whereas we can find 63 devotees, Nayanmars are 63. In that 63, only 27 scholars have written. Now, that's why some of the scholars were the contemporaries of these great scholars. When Jnana Sambandar was alive, he was having contemporary scholars of 7 people, 7 Nayanmars. All the 7 Nayanmars have not written except one is Navukarasar. Navukarasar and Jnana Sambandar were contemporary. Jnana Sambandar written 3 volumes and Navukarasar also written 3 volumes. But not all the scholars, because along with Jnana Sambandar we are seeing, we can see Thirinilaganta Yalpanar and Madanga Sulamani. They were the musicians. They used to sing, they used to score music. They are also known as Nayanmars. but they have not written not even a single poem. Then Kalipagayar was there, and Tiruvadavurar, Nabinam Adigal was there. There are many saints were there, but they were not poets, right? So, yeah, if you are going to have the cross reference, Dr. Singaravelan, a great scholar who did the research on these saints and proved at the age of 16 Jnana Sambandha attained moksha, right? So after Jnana Sambandha, if you want to talk about more on Jnana Sambandha, he is the first and the foremost person who introduced 23 different puns in Tamil poem writing. Puns means what we call as raga today, but both the things are not same. Pun is totally different form of rendering way, and raga is just in order to make the people to understand what is pun means. It is equivalent to raga, what we are calling it today. That's all. For that purpose only I am talking. Pun are totally different from raga. But Jnana Sambandha was the first person who introduced 23 different puns in his Thevaram. That is the beauty. Even now, everyone is following the Jnana Sambandha's style of rendering the song still now. Even in temples, the Voduvars are rendering the songs how Jnana Sambandha, and with the help of Nilakanta Yalpana and Madanga Sulamani, how they sang, the same tradition still we are following in every temple.
So all the 23 panna is being passed on.
Yeah. Because what happened when Rajaraja Cholan wanted to collect all the Thevarams with the help of the Nambiyandar Nambi, he collected the Thevaram and he was not knowing how to sing the Thevarams. And Nambiyandar Nambi also not knowing it thoroughly. So they started to trace who is the proper singer. Finally, they found a woman in their kingdom. She is the descendant of Tirunelagandar family. See the beauty. Rajaraja Cholan period is 11th century. 11th century. From the 6th century, 500 years, the system or the form is continuously sung by the people. So they approached that, it is there in the history. They approached that lady and the lady started to sing according to the Thevar, according to the Jnana Sambandha or Nilakanta Yalpana style, and they fall. Even now the people are following it. Nowadays people are mixing up some of the traditional Voduvars singing in that way only. They do not want to sing in the modern ragas. Nowadays we are saying this pun is equivalent to this raga, and that all the scholars are saying, but it is not so. Though it is having the same type of, that resembles the same form of raga, but the rendering style is totally different.
Where can we hear this in practice, sir? In the temples today, any of the temples?
There are institutions are there to teach. One is Tiruvayyaru Music College, Dharmapura Adinam Thevara Padasalai, and Madurai Adinam Thevara Padasalai, Tirupanandal Thevara Padasalai. In Chennai, Tamil Isai Changam, they are conducting regular Thevara Pan Isai Marabu. They are conducting regular courses.
I see.
They are having certificate course and they are having diploma course. Voduvar course is a 4-year course. It's a diploma course. Voduvar. Voduvar means a person who is rendering the songs of Thevaram in the temple. So
I was just thinking, how is this different from the Pan course?
Pan, the Thevaram based on Pan. It is not having ragas.
And sir, Voduvar வந்து 4 வருஷம். Pan 1 வருஷம்,
illa. All the Thevarams sung in Pan only, they are giving training for 4 years.
Okay.
And the Thevarams are not having the talas. According to your own tempo, you are forming the talam. So that's why all the Thevarams are having Desadi talams. What the talams you are using as Suladi, it is not supposed to be used in those songs. So these are all the details. So you are having lot more details of Thevaram if you go and listen it in the Voduvar side. Right. So every temple is having, every Shiva temple is having a Oduvar. Mylapore Kovil is having a Oduvar. Mylapore temple. Then even if you want to know the details of Thevaram, if you go to the North Usman Road, there you can find a place, Dharmapura Adina Samaya Prachara Mayam, just next to Sundari Silk.
Okay.
Ladies automatically wear of Sundari Silk, so next to the Sundari Silk.
Okay.
You can go and find a place. Till date, they are conducting Thevaram classes.
Nice.
So, even a few of my friends are continuing the same profession. They used to sing regularly Thevaram for me. Even when my daughter got married, one of my friends came and he chanted Thevaram in the evening. And some other practice also there. If you are having some problem at home, you can go and call the people. They will come and chant the entire Thevaram. It is called Mutrodal. Mutru means complete. So if you are going to have them, they will come and chant all the 3 volumes of Jnanasambandhar Thevaram. They will start the session in the morning and they will complete in the night.
More or less how many songs, sir?
It is in thousands. They will, it's a Mutrodal, Thevaram Mutrodal, Tiruvachakam Mutrodal, Tirumandira Mutrodal, because even if you go to the Karaikudi and Chettinad side, in every Chettiar family, in their good occasions, they used to invite those people, the Oduvards, and they will be given shelter, they will be given food and money, and after completing that Mutrodal, they will be honored with gold coins and new dhoti and shawl and everything.
So this is very similar. This is very similar to the Veda Parayanam practice that we might have.
Exactly. Even the importance of Pan, even today, if you want to go and see any Vaishnavic temple, whenever the procession is taking place, in front of the procession, Divya Prabandham will be sung. Then only the Lord will come in. In the rear side of the palanquin, Veda will be chanted. This is the method. So this is the practice in Tamil Nadu. Even today, even if you are having a problem, if you want to make some sort of come and do it.
My only question is, sir, I would guess the Veda Parayanam practice was there even in the 5th to 9th century. So why this parallel practice of Thevaram singing was brought about?
Very simple, because most of the people are not knowing Sanskrit. One. And if you want to go and worship in a temple, if what the language, if you are knowing, it is easy for you to express your ideas. You can easily communicate your own thoughts through this Thevaram for that purpose. One. Second thing, in those days, they were having another practice also. If you are having a problem in a family, if you want to get a solution for the problem, you can straight away go to that temple, and they usually collect the Thevaram in palm leaves. You will be given a piece of rope. Just you can put the rope across the palm leaf script. Then you can open it. What the song is coming, according to that, if you are going to do, you will solve your problem. That is called Tirumurai Kairu Satral. So, a random book reading we are doing nowadays, right? The Bible, it is they are accepting random book reading. Whenever you are having a problem, all of a sudden you open a book, there you can find something to read. According to that, you will get the salvation. That is the practice what we are having today. In those days, it is called Tirumurai Kairu Satral.
So am I to understand that actually the laymen of those days understood the Thevaram without needing any translation or commentary or explanation?
Exactly. Because every place is having a Thevaram. Every temple is having a Thevaram. Sometimes, some of the temples are having 3 or 4 padigams. Because, for example, Jnanasambandhar belonging to Sirgadi. But in Sirgadi, he actually returned more or less 15 to 18 padigams. 15 to 18 padigam means 18 into 11 songs.
Yeah.
So that much of padigam he has written because that is his native. So sometimes if he is going to stay in a place for more than a week or more than 10 days, So he used to compose 3 or 4 padigams in that place. So normally, for example, if you are going to write a poem and hand it over to them, this is your song. This is your, through this song you can recognize your God. It is easy for you to say your salutation or devotion to the Lord. You just simply read that song. Automatically, instead of reading Sanskrit without knowing the meaning, it is quite easy for them to read this or chant these poems. And every poem is having a unique, what do you call, a unique remedy every poem is possessed with. For example, when Jnanasambandar and Navukarsar met in Vedaranyam, there the Pandya queen Mangayarkarasi sent a messenger to Jnanasambandar in order to bring him there to Pandya kingdom. Because in Pandya kingdom the king was in Jainism and Mangayarkarasi was following the Saivism. So she wanted to convert her husband into Saivism. For that she needs the help of Jnanasambandar. So Jnanasambandar preparing himself to go to Madurai. Immediately Navukarsar said, it is not the right time for you to go to Madurai. Because the spirits movements are not well. And the monks in Jainism, they are not. So this is not the right or appropriate time for you to go to Madurai. Please stay back. But whereas Jnanasambandar immediately replied to him, you need not bother. We are the devotee of Lord Shiva. Nothing will happen. For that he sang a song that is called Kolaru Padigam. So in that Kolaru Padigam, what he says, all the Navagragas will not harm anyone else if they are belonging to the clan of Saiva saints. He says, Veyiru Toli Pangan, Vidamunda Kandan, Niganalla Vinai Tadavi, Masaru Tingal Gangai, Mudimel Anindi and Ulame Puhunda Aranal, Nyayiru, Tingal, Sevai, Budan Vyadan Velli Sani Pambirandudane, Ayiru Avai Nalla Nalla, Avai Nalla Nalla, Adiyar Avarku Mihave. See the beauty? So he is communicating a beautiful details to Navukarsar. If a person is belonging to Saivism, if a person is belonging to the clan of saints, even the spirits will not harm them. The Navagragas will not harm. You are having a problem, automatically if you are going to chant that, you will get rid of the problem. The same thing later Dikshadhar did in his work Navavarnam, right? So every saint poets used to write in that way. They are not only contributing to the literature, but also they are contributing to the society. Because society people wanted to get remedy immediately. What the service you are going to do, the literature is becoming second. No one is bothering your contribution to the literature is this much. They are not at all bothering. If I am going to sing this song, what the benefit I will get immediately. So he says, if you are going to sing this Kolaru Padigam, Kol means spirits, the Gragas. If you are going to sing all these 10 songs, you will be relieved from all the problem of the spirits. So these are all the ways, that is, in every song he is giving that type of remedy. So that is the beauty of Jnanasambandar. Through that everyone is started to follow him very seriously.
Sir, 2 questions. For certain problems, he suggested certain songs.
Right.
For the same problem, he has suggested 2-3 different songs in different places. For example, that is possible. And the other question that I had was, especially when he sings 2-3 songs in the same place, while certain things can be unique, are they also descriptional songs which might be probably similar, like in place X and place Y and place Z, all the people are good people? And the madri, are there common features which are coming across songs?
No. He is just giving importance to the first, second, the temple, Third, the environment. Is there any mythological details in that place? He is appreciating that mythological details. Then he will come to his own style of pricing Ravana and pricing the Lord Shiva and pricing and what do you call scolding or disagreeing with all other religion. Finally, he is giving the Tirukadai Kaap. These are all the style. These are all the styles of Jnana Sambandha. So even if he is going to write 3 or 4 padigam in a place, every padigam is in different form, either by literary input or by procedural input.
Okay.
That is his beauty.
Okay.
So this is Jnana Sambandha. Then after Jnana Sambandha, Navukarasar came. After Navukarasar, Sundarar came. Then finally we are seeing the Manikyavasagar. So all these 4 saint poets contributed a lot, especially Manikyavasagar. He contributed through his writing for the folk people. His entire songs based on folk activity. Entire songs, entire Tiruvachagam based on folk activity. Tiruppuvalli, Tirupochunnam, Tirutolnokkam, Tiruponnusal, Neeradal. All these things are what the people are usually doing in every temple. Tiruppuvalli means how they used to collect the flower and make it as a garland. That activity is indirectly mentioned by the poet. Through that he is appreciating Lord Shiva. Tirutolnokkam means how people are taking or the palanquin on their shoulder, how they are moving. According to that he is writing the poem. And Tiruporchunna means, the porchunna means the powder which normally prepared by the temple people for the holy bath of Lord Shiva and the goddesses. So for that they used to ponder the powder. So for that he used to compose a lot of songs. Tiruporchunnam. Then Ponnusal means the swing. All these things are having the folk element. So Jnana Sambandar wanted to take all the details to the folk people, to the ordinary people. I used to say Sambandar, Navukarasar and Sundarar, they have written their songs for the elite society, but whereas Manikyavasagar written entire Tiruvachagam for the ordinary people.